What's good, YouTube? It's Chuka the Barber, and today I'm gonna be reacting to more comments of some of my top performing videos on YouTube, so let's get into it. So first comment is by Willie Be Good. Willie, make sure you be good, man. 1 year ago, he replied to the mid-fade upgrade video, and he asked me, why do you use wall legends? And there was a couple replies. One guy said, I was wondering that too. Legends got that extended lever though. Willie Be Good said, yes, I know. All right, so the reason I use the wall legends is, years ago, I would say about 7 years ago, they were some of my favorite clippers, and they were corded, and I really liked them. They were lightweight, they cut really good, they had power. You know, I did some dope cuts, with them back in the day. The blends were on point, so when they dropped the cordless ones as of recently, I copped them. I always switch out the crunch blade with a standard blade, so I don't use the blade that the legends come with. But as far as like an overall clipper, I've always been a fan of them. I've liked them, and they're my go-to when I want to work with some wall clippers. If you've seen the Rich Barber Hair Studio or things that we've done aesthetically, you can see that the way things look and make us feel is important to us. So same thing with like my clippers, and that's why when you see me using a wall clipper, I'm usually using a wall trimmer. If I'm using an Andis clipper, I'm using an Andis clipper because I like that it's keeping that aesthetic or that look consistent. I don't like shit looking like it don't belong. It's kind of like having, iPad, MacBook, and iMac, and then all of a sudden you got a Google device somewhere in the mix. Like, I feel like it throw the shit off, so that's why. I don't know if the extended lever for the Legends is actually it's not something that actually makes me want to use the Legends. If I wanted something more extended or a way to kind of, make the length of the hair longer when I open up the lever all the way, I would, the Masters kind of do that because the blade is thicker than the wall one as you open up the lever. But yeah, just the feel of the clipper, the design of it, the ergonomics, and the performance. It's just solid all around. Another comment by GD 1 year ago, he said, why so many steps? Let's see what video he's talking about. Okay, he was talking about the dread, fade, and design. That's my systematic cutting method. That's my technique. That's how I go about things. That's what works for me to allow me to get the results that I want. So maybe the many steps. I remember cutting his hair, and he actually had like a lot of like pockets in his hair that I had to, blend out and make work so the blend looked clean and consistent. So that's probably why that one looked like it took more steps than I would normally use, but it's probably has to do more with detail work that's actually being shown in that video. And this Burkel 7 months ago said, I am a student. My question is, can the steps adjusting the lever be done with any other clippers besides Andis? And he commented on the 2021 drop fade. And yeah, you can do that technique with any clipper, any brand of clipper. It's the tool is, would be your preference, and of course you want to have good quality tools, good performing tools. But as far as technique, the technique is universal. The next comment is by 205 Thiel, 1 year ago, said, beautiful cut, one question, you guys don't use barber mats. He commented on straight hair taper design, and but he had nothing to say about the cut. He made a statement. He said one question and then made a statement, but he wanted it was in the form of a question he wanted. So, you guys don't use barber mats. And no, we don't. We don't in West Hollywood. We do in Sacramento because we started using them there, but I never wanted them in the West Hollywood location for a couple reasons. Number one, I feel like it kills off, it ruins the aesthetic. It just ruins the cleanness and simplicity of the shop and the look. And then number two, I don't even think they actually benefit the barber. There was, if you do some research, it doesn't really have much benefit. It really just comes down to, your posture, the shoes, the soles, and standing on a firm ground actually helps. And when you have a mat that actually like caves in, when you take a step, then it's it's not a solid support system, so that probably does more damage than it probably helps. I'm not an expert in this. I did research because there was barbers saying, bringing this up to me in the shops, and I was like, well, let's, do the research. And years ago, we looked into it, and it was like, it's not necessarily a benefit with doing that. You want to have a solid foundation that you stand on, and you just want to have solid soles that supports your type of feet. So it's good to go get custom soles for your type of feet. I'm flat-footed, so I would need something different than someone that may have an arch or whatever to help me stand more erect and straight up and eliminate any me from developing any like pain or tiredness while I'm standing all day. That's why we don't use them, because number one, I don't think they're very effective in the first place. As a barber, you want to make sure that you take the proper care of yourself and you go to the proper practitioners to actually, maintain a good, healthy body just overall. And then number two, it ruins the aesthetic. They get dusty, they look, I don't know. I haven't seen no good ones that actually are worth having. So that's my thought on that. Another question by Monster Die Edita. Can't really pronounce his name. 1 year ago, he said, question, big bro, did you go to Invent Help company to produce your invention? I came with a dope barber invention and wanna know if you can help. Okay, this was a year ago. So no, I didn't go to Invent Help. I remember years ago when I was in barber college, we were in the barber shop, and me and a couple other guys, we came up with an idea, and we wanted to patent it. And we had looked into something like that. And we didn't end up doing nothing with the actual idea, but the price they wanted and everything just, didn't make sense, and it was something that I didn't want to do. But when I did actually do my first invention, I didn't go through Invent Help. I just hired a intellectual property attorney, had a patent search done, make sure that it's not out there in the marketplace already. And then I did a provisional patent. I actually did a provisional patent myself through LegalZoom. A friend of mine who already had invented a product gave me a lot of direction in that space. So I was fortunate to have him share gang with me on that. So yeah, I did a provisional patent, which gives you the patent pending status. And then from there, created a product. I think the first product we was 3D printing that motherfucker, so it wasn't even we went to a manufacturer or anything like that. So, got the CAD design done, 3D printed it, and started selling it, started making money. When it was time to file the actual real patent, we did that. And that's when I actually used the intellectual property attorney, and he wrote up and did all the patent stuff, filed it, and then we got it, and that was it. So yeah, I didn't use a company like Invent Help. Might be good, depends on your situation, but it's not what I used. Eric Phillip, 11 months ago, said, good content, bro, keep it up. I do have a question though. When fading, are you adjusting the lever to each notch or skipping every other one? I'm not doing either one of those. What I'm doing is I am adjusting the lever according to what's needed. So what I need to do to get the blend to actually blend. So when the marks on the clip, those aren't gonna blend the actual fade the way I want it to blend. So I don't follow the lines on the clipper. I just go off of my knowledge and understanding of my tool and my knowledge of understanding of how certain kinds of hair and texture blends. So that's my approach. So yeah, the lines on the lever could help you maybe know where you're at, I guess, but at the same time, it's not gonna give the result that I'm looking for when it comes to my fades, because I've tried that before. When the first time I've ever seen those notches on clippers, I tried it, it didn't blend. So yeah, I think it's more of just a marker to let you know where you're at, but not actually something that's gonna actually give you a clean blend. So that's it for the comments. I appreciate y'all for leaving those comments, all the engagement. Appreciate you for the views, appreciate you for the likes, appreciate you for the dislikes, whatever it is, just tap in with me. Let me know how you feel about the content, how you feel about the video, so we can continue to make improvements along the way. I'm Chuka the Barber. You can catch me here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm out, peace. YouTube, what's good? It's Chuka the Barber here. I wanna thank y'all for helping me hit 200,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without y'all. We're gonna keep it popping, all right? So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Help me hit that 300K, all right? I'm here, giving y'all good game knowledge and information 3 times a week. I'm out, peace.